With analytics being such a big part of today's game, we use Krossover to prepare our players a little bit better with that in our scouting report. So here I'm selecting 5 videos that we have collected on our opponents. When we collect that information, you can see and we put it together, we get the team's shooting chart. We can see where they're very efficient in shooting the basketball, where they take their shots, and where they do not. Here we're going to click on a player and we're going to get individualized for each player. With that, what we want to do is get that information, and we just want the made shots. So by clicking a couple buttons, we can create a highlight reel of that player in those 5 games on just his made shots. Then we take those clips and we look for tendencies, whether they score at the rim, at the three-point line, on pull-ups. With that information, we check out their stats. And by combining their stats with a list of how they score, we get a pretty good idea of what each player wants to do. Then we take that information and we condense the clips to 4 to 6 clips per player. Once we have that, we let our players watch those clips on each one of the players. While they're doing that, they are writing down tendencies of what they see on the film. After they write down those tendencies, we talk about them, and then we go over our scouting report. We also use Krossover to analyze our stats and help our players improve. What we can do is select one of our players and look at his shot chart and how it compares to what we're looking for. We might highlight a section of that shot chart, and there we can see how efficient that player is doing. So we might review that information with that player, and then what we can do is not only review those shots, but we can review those shots in the time of the game. So we might just take a look at just the 4th quarter and see how that compares to the other quarters that we were looking for. We can also take a player's information and look to see how they are doing in maybe the fast break versus half court. So we might select how that player scores, maybe just in the half court or the fast break, and we can see that we have a greater success in an area on the floor during a certain time.